Sometimes there's just so much rad in the world. I feel like I can't take it. Like my heart is just gonna cave in.
With nothing better to do, get abducted by the crew of the Starship Alpha 2. They're from the planet Q, which, due to a space-time loop, is stuck in 82 and must be rescued. They need our heroes to discuss the latest news and give their reviews of games and movies too. Sure hope you're not confused. We swear this is all true, not just the premise to the Totally Rad Show.
Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad. Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Totally Rad Show, episode number 31.
Flavors.
It's all wrecked.
I'm
dude.
I'm Dan Trachtenberg.
The Totally Rad Show is your weekly dose of all things rad. We go to Baskin Robbins,
Nice.
the other alternative name, scoop up all the things that we love, cram it onto a sundae, and slam it down your gullet. That's what we do here.
You know what I loved about 31 Flavors is that you always get a taste.
Oh my god, that was the best part.
Everywhere.
You would taste stuff that you never would ever order.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would always get, they'd kind of cut you off at 2 tastes. And
Yeah.
so I'd always plan out which 2 tastes I was going to get.
The little pink spoon.
And I wasn't actually trying the taste to decide what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. I just wanted to get the extra different flavors.
Did you guys rock bubblegum ice cream?
Oh, yeah.
That's really weird. Priscilla just got that. She said it's her favorite ice cream, and she found it at the Grove. They had it yesterday.
Bubblegum ice cream.
It's
like 2 treats in one.
Ugh.
I loved daiquiri ice at 31 Flavors. I know.
All these sounds
a little
disgusting.
silly, but it was good.
Well, do you rock ice cream even though you don't like fruit?
Yeah, there's lots of delicious flavors like cookie dough.
That's a fruit. You didn't know that?
It is a fruit.
Cookie
I
dough
thought that
grows
was
on
a
trees
fruit.
now. Where's this forest? We should talk about the background.
We should talk about the background. It is from Peter Pereira. Peter, Paul, Mary Pereira.
All three.
He lives in
who
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
That's where they have bubblegum tree forests.
You mean cookies?
Cookie dough
trees?
forests. Yeah.
Dan.
Screwed up the one joke I'll have.
What the hell is a bubblegum forest? It's a cookie dough forest.
Okay.
But yeah, he says we're
How
rocking
cool is that?
tons of fans in
It's
Malaysia.
very Halloween, like
Yeah.
War of the Worlds.
yeah.
We got a big Halloween episode coming up next
week.
Starting a little early, having a little taste this week.
We just teased it. Like little teasing points.
I like how last week we talked about candy bars at the top, and this week we talked about ice cream at the top. It's
Dude,
very
how about we talk about rad
Because
things
at
at the bottom?
Halloween,
Good.
you get.
You get candy,
And
which
ice
we'll talk
cream.
more about later.
We cut it open to make sure it's not poisonous. Okay, for movies this week we saw 30 Days of Night.
Yes, we did.
Based on the graphic novel, the Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith, crazy artwork.
awesome artwork.
Yeah, the director David Slade. He's
wanted to know about him.
Yes, well, it's a horror movie,
Correctamundo.
and it's the year 2007. What do you think this guy has done previously?
Horror movies? Romantic
In
comedies.
2006?
He's a commercial music video guy.
Oh, yeah. Makes
right.
sense.
The interesting thing,
Either that or he's a lead singer of a band, of a heavy metal.
funny. The interesting thing about it though is that his first movie was Hard Candy, which was
that's interesting. Yeah, I
psychological thriller,
chick.
Lolita thing.
Yeah.
So he kind of went against the grain that most commercial guys do, and he did a not an action or horror film. He did this psychological thriller.
Yeah.
But now he does his genre movie.
Gotcha.
What did you think, J-Town?
Well, I'm not saying it. My town,
Is that me?
J-Town. You're J-Town.
I'm a huge fan of the graphic novel. Read it a while ago when it came out, whenever that was.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I love the art. Love the style of the. It's. Did you say what it was about? It's about. It doesn't give anything away to say vampires in Alaska. Alaska has
30 days
30
of
days literally of night, and so what better place for vampires to go where the sun's not going to come up in the morning? Which is a brilliant concept. And the graphic novel is really a fun read. The stylized art is really fun. I found the movie to have serious pacing problems. Big time. I guess because it's a first-time director, you know.
Well,
or second-time director. I don't know. It didn't move for me. I was bored. There should have been tension. I should have, like the Diary of Anne Frank moment when they're in the attic.
Yeah.
I should have been biting my nails, and I never was. And the whole thing leads up to the end. And for me, the graphic novel, it moves so quickly to that end moment that is epic, and I don't want to give it away, but it didn't land with the same kind of weight. Maybe it's because I knew it was coming, but for me, it didn't land with the same kind of weight that it did reading it.
I will have some things for you.
I'm going to say that I thought that the end was going to be the beginning of the graphic novel.
Oh, you were going to...
I thought that was where the whole graphic... I thought that the graphic novel was going to do sort of an Invincible thing. I also didn't really like this film. I mean, it's fun-ish.
Yeah. It's
You know
not
what I mean?
bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's vampires. Interesting take. It seemed like the vampires were almost talking like in an Inuit tongue or something. I don't know exactly what was going on. I have to say, I think Ben Foster is horrible. I think he has become... He did something that was way over the top in some movies somewhere in history, and somebody went... That was amazing! And then every movie since, because he was horrible in 310 to Yuma, and every movie since, he's just being worse and like hammier and hammier.
He's the guy that they get to go really extreme.
Yeah, and not in a successful way. Not like Benicio del Toro in Usual Suspects, which we were talking about last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say it was good, but overall just not very satisfying. I don't know if Josh Hartnett can carry this kind of movie. He was great in Lucky Number 11 because that was the character, the sort of void of emotion and stakes was what made Lucky Number 11 so cool.
Sounds funny when you say that.
Lucky Number 11. But I'd say it's worth watching if you're a big horror buff. There were definitely moments that made us scream out loud in grossness.
Grossness and joy.
Yes.
And
What do you think,
effervescence. Well, I should have felt about Josh Hartnett and Melissa George, who was good in Amityville Horror. That's what I knew her from. I had never seen her in Alias. But I should have felt they were Holly Gennaro and John McClane.
Yes.
Without any of that personality.
Right.
Wow.
They told me that they had issues and that they were separating, but they never showed me what the issues were so that I could care about it.
Yeah. Actually, everybody in town told you they had issues.
Right. And every character was a blank slate, and you made a very good point about Josh Hartnett. I feel like this fell into a trap that a lot of commercial dudes do, where the story moments were contrivances to have really cool visual stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, pulling people under the floors of the house and the swing set moment, great visuals, but not realistic in any way, should not have really actually happened, not good for the plot, just made great visuals. Enjoy the visuals. The film looked gorgeous. This guy's got a thing for snow and skinny shutter stuff that I also really find cool looking, but style over substance in many ways. That being said, by the end, there were enough unique little takes on the genre that all added up to me kind of enjoying it. I agree with the pacing, I agree with the slow start, but there were those cool visual touches and the visceral vampires.
And I enjoyed the movie. I'm just saying it's not a very good movie, and I agree with all the different things.
Not bad, just not as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
What did you think in relation to the comic? Because you read the comic too.
Yeah, I forgot the comic. I remember the one thing I did not like about the comic, and I sensed they were not going to use in the movie, and they didn't. And I don't remember perfectly, but there was like flashbacks or cutbacks to not in Alaska. And they were like taking a helicopter, a little kid, and the...
Wow, it's been a long time since I've read it. I don't remember that.
Or something.
Well, I remember a confrontation between him and the main bad guy that's not in the movie.
Yes,
which was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the line. There was a good moment early on that told me that Jeff was not going to like this movie when Melissa George, I guess is her name, said that the one guy gets in the truck who's like, "Wait, tell me why you guys broke up." Clune. That would take a millennium. And as soon as she said that, I was like, that was one of those things Jeff hates. You would never say that because the guy would be like, I'm sorry, what did you say? I said it would take him.
I wasn't saying it for you.
Yeah, I thought you were right behind me.
I was saying it for the nobody that's watching.
I was saying it for the owl across the street.
And the last moment is beautiful, and I remember loving it. I remember that's kind of the moment that makes people want to make the movie when they read that in the comic.
Oh, that happened in the comic? The very last moment?
And
I wish I cared then. It's like, wow, this could have been beautiful.
To tell you the truth, I actually was like, oh, my ass. You know what I mean? It was not even did I not care. I thought, that is so stupid.
The decision that he makes at the end that we're not going to give away
Yes.
in the comic, for me, hit me like a ton of bricks. And it felt, and
it just was
the
like,
pacing up to that moment was so brisk, and it was like violence, 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 boom, he has to do this, and it's like, wow, that's an awesome concept.
Yeah.
And in the movie, it just didn't play that way at all.
I agree.
I mean, it's still a good movie, and I'm sure this guy's going to make...
It's
Yeah, I think people, like, judging from the trailers that we saw before, it's like, it's going to do good money. People are going to, it's giving people what they want. It's not,
not scary.
superseding the genre.
No, but it's...
people will be, it's not scary to us.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, my friend.
Yeah.
Ask me what you're going to ask me.
In honor of the month of October.
What a weird choice of months.
And the wonderful
we're in
holiday.
October. Damn it.
You thought I just wanted to honor a month?
Yeah. And I was like, really? You choose the one we're in? That's stupid.
I want to ask you guys 2 questions. Scariest movie you saw growing up, or movies, moments, whatever.
Right, yes.
Scariest movies, moments, whatever you've seen recently.
Wow. I have some answers.
Oh, good. All right, good.
I remember very clearly as a kid going over to my friend's house. I must have been very young. And it's always over your friend's house because your parents won't let you stay.
Yes, exactly.
And watching Poltergeist.
Oh.
And hiding behind the couch and peeking over.
Yeah.
And when there's a face that comes out.
Yeah.
There's like gore on it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Was that the moment?
Bejesus.
A lot of people, it's the tree moment.
Oh.
My sister was
No,
Yeah.
clown.
Well, and also
Yeah.
bodies.
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
Well, the break from the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was very scary. I don't even remember watching the movie. I just remember peeking up from being scared off my ass.
Just kids right now. Don't do when you're adult yet.
Okay.
So kids.
The other kids thing that moment
Yeah.
I want to bring up
Yeah.
is my sister and I, hi Court, used to watch on my. I had bunk beds in my room. We used to sit on the top
we got
top
stuck
bunk.
in those bunk beds.
That was Steve.
Steve.
And you loved it.
I love it.
Stay on the top. Yeah, it's great.
We used to be on the top bunk and watch. Nick at Night would play old Twilight Zones.
Oh.
We would be terrified.
Do you remember any scene or glimpse of?
The black and whiteness of it added to the fear, and like old like Unsolved Mysteries episodes.
Unsolved Mysteries was creepy, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We would be so scared.
Because they weren't solved, and as a kid, you can't
They were
reconcile the fact there's no happy
unsolved
ending.
mysteries.
Yes. Nobody knew. Well, that's a tough question. I was a very strong, masculine young man.
Oh wait, me too.
Really
I wasn't
feared
scared.
My laugh, like I'm the evil villain.
I know that's not true.
Who's scared now? Look at that.
I know. I'm going to say RoboCop. RoboCop
Like
at the
it.
beginning, because that was like that was really the most hardcore gore I've
And the
seen.
look, the nuclear looking dude.
When the guy gets hit by the car, the nuclear out of the ooze, and he gets hit by the car.
Yeah. Yes.
What a weird movie.
The dripping guy from ER? Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Right. Yes, because he's the guy from
It's like,
ER.
someday we will be in the ER.
And they put it back on.
You're like, aren't you the guy from ER in the
I know.
future?
Yeah. I'd buy that for $1. So I'm gonna say RoboCop was sort of my big first big scare, and then all those like late night movies that just kind of got me.
Yeah.
What about you?
As a kid, Stephen King's It.
Oh yeah.
Wow, you were younger than me. I read it.
Right.
Well, I
And scared the crap out
yeah,
of me.
dude, when that photograph winks,
Yeah.
me and my friend Alan Goinkman, I went to go.
Goinkman.
I went to go pee.
Shout out to Goinkman,
Yeah,
wherever
dude,
you are,
Goiks,
bro.
Goiks. I went to go pee, and I made him stand guard.
The Goinkman
outside.
guards.
And then when he went to pee, I fucking
ran?
booked back to my. I was like, "Fuck that, dude! I'm not." And Candyman, also.
Wow. Yeah, that's really.
You're younger than us.
It recently does not hold up at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't?
Anyway, well, next week for Halloween we'll talk about
Current movies.
Current
that scare
things
their
that
pants out.
scare us.
Love it. Brilliant.
Let's punch some paints.
Okay, so we're here getting ready to watch Dead Alive.
Which Dan has told us is the seminal Peter Jackson work.
The 3 of us in this at this party we're having have seen it. The rest haven't.
I have never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
The big deal
Excited.
about it is that these guys, big Evil Dead, Army of Darkness
Yes.
fans.
Huge.
Jerry's here because he does not like Army of Darkness.
Which I'll have to tell.
But
I'll have to tell my buddy Ted about that.
But I love Evil Dead 2.
And when I
Love
said, but the thing is that my brother's getting a new TiVo box, and we
HD
recorded
box.
this in HD, and so everything we've recorded,
Needs to
we
be-
have to watch now.
It's a watching.
So we're having a
Nice.
48-hour marathon.
And Dead
Good
Alive.
work,
So
by
Peter
the way.
Jackson did Lord of the Rings and King Kong.
Yes.
And Frighteners. He first making films in New Zealand did Dead Alive. Was his third movie after a movie called Bad Taste, which I thought was awesome as a kid and I saw recently and it's terrible. You saw Bad Taste with the aliens? No.
No.
That
He's
was-
yawning. He's just yawning.
He just has a face.
You've been talking for a while, and so he yawned.
The crazy thing and how this
They're
applies to
great.
this week's show
Yes.
is, first of all, Richard Taylor, who has won Academy Awards for special effects for Lord of the Rings, King Kong. His special effects guy
Yes.
did the special effects on this movie.
Good. Okay.
Also did the effects for 30 Days of Night,
Cool.
which we have just
Tie-in.
reviewed.
Yes.
So that being said,
Let's watch.
So this is like an old-fashioned hanging out with the bros, watching a scary movie, or
Really? You had to go there?
yeah, here we go. Ready?
All right, here we go.
did you put in King Kong by accident?
All right. Interesting, right?
Oh!
No, she's the dog.
Okay.
So the movie's over. And so I don't think there's any stage blood left in the United States after that movie.
Or New Zealand.
I do not like the Hostels or the
Yes.
Saws.
Yes, I agree.
But that movie?
Did you see Hostel or
Funny.
Saw?
No, didn't see him.
Okay.
Ah!
That movie is fun.
Yeah.
It's it's gory as all hell.
So over the top. I mean, it's not good. When the lady was screamed like this, and then a fist came right through her face, and then he started punching people with her on his arm.
Rewind.
There's so many great gags.
Genius.
So many great visual gags. It's not scary.
It's
No,
not
it's not
scary.
scary.
It's
But it's-
disgusting. So I say
Yeah.
thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you for allowing us to.
Why don't we shake hands now?
That's what we do
All right,
now.
let's do this then.
Boom. So at the end of last week's video games segment, we talked a little bit about Orange Box, the
Correct.
Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Episode 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal, all in one $60 package, which
And I hadn't played Portal. We
Unbelievable.
played everything, but I hadn't played Portal.
Available now from Amazon.com. Feel free to click on the link on TotallyRadShow.com.
wow, what a shill.
He's like totally chill.
This is why people
he's
get mad at you.
He's Dan Pandling
That's really
again.
why people think I'm annoying.
So anyway, so we've all played and finished Portal, right?
Yes.
It's short.
Epic, best credit sequence I've seen
True.
in years.
Yes.
And the shortness actually allowed me to sit down at my computer. I was like, well, I'll just screw around because I don't know what we're going to talk about it. And I was like, bleep, bleep. I was like, oh, this is really fun. Bleep, bleep. Oh, this is really, really fun. And I was like, oh, I'm doing something. And then the game was over, and I was like, wow, okay, that happened.
It's so well designed.
Dude.
It was one
Have
of
you
the
guys
most
listened to any of the
fun-
audio commentary?
No, not
You
at all.
should do that. It's amazing. It's
Well,
great.
can you click through? Because in the game, I was doing it. Oh, I did do it in Portal, but in Team Fortress 2, you can just click to all the audio commentary bits. In Portal, you had to
you
like
walk around and you touch things.
you have to
and
actually
listen.
play the game again.
Oh,
and I
that's
wanted to just
interesting.
hear the bits.
I was actually kind of just disappointed that I was having so much fun by the end, but the thing that I wasn't just having fun by like doing the Portal thing. I was having fun really trying to figure out how it works, and then to be done and have no maps to play. I mean, you can play the same maps over more difficultly. Like, we'll take out the
No, I
floor,
wish
and it's
there
like,
was more.
well, but it's the same. I've played
Downloadable content, friends.
Yeah.
I have high hopes.
if they should, because I can't imagine people aren't talking about this game. It's
Although-
It's worth $60 in and of itself.
Oh,
I will go on record and
definitely.
say that. It
Definitely.
is it's an experience like you've not had before.
Yeah.
And that's so rare nowadays.
And how was the experience on the Xbox 360? Because I played the PC version.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's all I needed.
Found it to be great.
Well, I will say, though, I may be stealing this comment from Steve Holmes, and my brother and Steve and I were all playing together, and we all were, like, ready for it to be over, and it kept on going a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting.
We loved everything that was happening. I feel like, I just find this kind of interesting that it's because I thought it was ending, and then it kind of kept going.
Right.
That I was sort of ready for it, because if all that stuff, if I didn't know that was level 19, if that happened,
she didn't
sooner,
say this is the last one,
because you don't want to put the control. You feel okay, just a little bit more. Okay, just a little bit more, and then I'm done. So if I had known that my night was going to be that length or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's something to say about pacing and expectations and
written.
Yeah.
It is so freaking funny.
And how rare is that to find in a game that's genuinely funny?
And it's not about the funny. It's a great game that they were like, let's also make it funny. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Team Fortress 2 is like, look, it's supposed to be funny.
Were you guys finding, I'm sure you were, finding the other gems before the end?
Yes, the sort of like hints of it.
Inside,
Yes.
cracks in the...
where you're like, what?
Yeah.
So, as far as I'm concerned, it's interesting because Half-Life 2 came out the same year as Halo 2. I loved Half-Life 2. I mean, I said it last week. It's one of my top games ever. And I think now this is a more robust, more interesting, better written single-player game.
Yeah.
The Orange Box package. A better multiplayer game.
Agreed.
And a more interesting, unique experience in Portal than anything in Halo 3. I still think Halo 3 offers a lot and has really great multiplayer options. Yes. But, man,
but it's almost like
it's so overshadowed by Halo 3 and yet such a better package.
Do you think, I feel like it's something about iconography. Like, Master Chief represents and
it has become Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And a couple of these other things we're going to talk about are the same kind of thing.
Let's move on. Because there's some big news this week. Capcom had their Gamers Day event, and guess where, guys?
LA?
London.
Oh.
That's good timing for us to leave town right when that happened. And they had some big, cool announcements, one of which is Street Fighter 4.
Did you see the trailer?
I did.
Yeah, but
if it looks like that,
right. I mean, that's
what I was thinking. I was like, if they make that game,
me what I'm supposed to think, though. Should I start to get excited about it? Because if that's just a trailer, I like it as a visual. I can use it as reference now to talk about cool art, whatever.
For your next commercial you want to do.
Exactly. But like, I think
unfortunately they don't even know what it's going to be yet.
Yeah, I think they were just like, should we do one?
Yeah. Street Fighter 2 HD just got announced. It's not even until 2008 anyway.
Have they started making the game?
I think that they've just started making the game.
So whatever.
Yeah, but if this is a concept art of how they want to do it, of using that sort of like smoky ink stuff as the reason why you have these energies and stuff.
And those things that you to be impacting the world you're in.
Yeah, like
when your foot lands, the weird inky gross, whatever.
Yeah, what's a game that does that?
I know. I kind of feel like
the other big announcement that Capcom made, which is another game. I mean, Street Fighter 4. Who knew that 20 years after I was playing Street Fighter 2, there'd be the only other,
Street Fighter 2.
Me too.
Guile, hello. Got to.
But the other big game that everybody has wanted for the longest time, they announced is happening too. Bionic Commando.
I think
full-on next-gen Bionic Commando.
I got Bionic Commando for the NES at home.
Yeah.
Which I was so excited for. It's one of those ones where the announcement of it is so exciting, and then I watched the gameplay footage, and I was like, really?
Oh, I liked it.
It's
really?
Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man.
But I loved that spot. I loved swinging.
But do you remember Bionic Commando?
Well, talk to your girlfriend about that.
Yeah, but you had the thing, and you know.
Yeah, but
I love that feeling.
I had the same feeling, and then the character model, dreadlock guy, is Bionic Commando.
Generic. It looks like
generic. Yeah, it looks like some company in Switzerland is like, we're gonna try to get a publisher. We don't know what this is about, or it doesn't have a title, but here's a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks like
Bionic Commando
/
Yeah.
I almost find it odd that we're all so excited about it because Bionic Commando was never. I don't believe was that this huge title.
Well, I think it was just emotionally for people because I think it was one of those games back on the Nintendo where I know it was one where I had like the group of friends. We all played Bionic Commando. It was a very satisfying feel. Like the music was very satisfying, and
my memory of it is not
satisfying.
That. But And one other question I want to ask about it, I'm not sure. Was it actually a sequel to Commando, or did I just think it was? Because
You just thought it
was.
Really?
It was its own IP.
I thought it was the guy from Commando.
No.
Got it.
Oh, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
That's my memory of Bionic Commando.
Well, no wonder you're more excited about it.
Speaking of big games, I don't know. Segue
game.
attempt.
That's a big guy.
It's a big game.
Unreal Tournament 3,
Yes.
Yes.
which now they're saying not so sure it's going to be coming out this year. But they did release a demo, and we all
Finally.
played the demo, the PC
Yeah.
demo.
My number one thing to say about this is fuck File Planet. Are you kidding me? Do you know how long it took me to get the fucking
But there was
demo?
like 12 places you could have gotten it.
No, there was not. I went to those
I
12
got File
places.
Planet. It was okay.
Dude, I was in the queue of 47 people unless I wanted to pay them $5 to download a free demo.
All right, well,
F those guys.
what about the
I
game?
did find it, and I'm not usually first person. You know me.
You
As
hate,
I've said before,
you
I
hate Twitchy? You hate multiplayer Fragfest?
I had a fucking blast.
too.
I accidentally turned my mouse sensitivity up to fucking as high as you could go. And when I first started, I was like, whoa, what the fuck am I doing? And then I was like, oh, yeah. And I started fucking killing some fools. I
Yeah.
got into the fucking War of the Worlds turret, owning people.
Amazing.
So much fun. I didn't even find out that you can hit F and feign death.
Yeah.
Really?
You can hit F and you're like, brah, and you go ragdoll. You can like ragdoll off buildings and stuff, and then pop up and be like, sucker!
Yeah. I downloaded
So much
it.
fun.
First of all, we should say you have a kick-ass rig. I just got a new kick-ass rig, so we're playing it on like high-end stuff. And it's
everything cranked
gorgeous. You're
got a good
nice.
rig.
Where do I rank with you? Am I below you?
Oh, yeah. Now, yes.
Now.
Really?
Anyway, so gorgeous. Goes without saying. Unreal
Yeah.
Tournament, gorgeous. New Unreal Engine, gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm
but
very
I was-
excited for what now people are going to be able to make.
I was ready to turn this thing on and play the demo and go, yeah, more of the same. I don't need another iteration of this. And boy, they proved me wrong.
It felt so different.
The vehicles, like the breadth of the vehicles. Did you play a vehicle map?
I didn't play the vehicle map. I just
only
played
got
Oh,
the
it's
two
awesome.
maps, and there were no
there's only
vehicles.
2 maps. There is vehicles in one.
No,
of them.
there's like a vehicle capture the flag that you can play in the
What?
demo. Yeah. And there's like
little-
6 different vehicles. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's like a hovercraft and a tank
I only
and a
played this
Jeep.
like Chinese-looking map and this like the War of the Worlds turret map.
Yeah.
Well, there's other options.
I
in the
literally
menu.
just
Anyway.
played the War of the Worlds turret map for like 2 hours, and I had a blast.
What about you?
I really did not like this at all.
Well, tell me why.
I mean, it was gorgeous.
Well, but now you're also playing on a TV, sitting on a coffee table with your mouse and keyboard.
True, but I also play WoW at that.
Underwater.
No, I know, but WoW is...
You have
but
to
WoW
hold your breath for 1 minute and then pop up and
but
go.
WoW's not very twitchy.
Right.
WoW is not about being on
That's not
your
why.
game.
But I don't. I
Right,
mean,
yeah, it's good.
I don't know how to have fun playing this. I don't think. I seriously.
Not only did I not have fun, I don't even know how to have fun anymore.
This game made me forget how to have fun.
Before you guys said you liked
Dan
it,
Trachtenberg totally right.
I feel like the only way to have fun playing these games is to really know the maps. 'Cause from watching videos of like the Fatality guy, whatever, it's like I thought the fun here is when you can like jump off this thing and when you can totally get a headshot. I just feel like this is I'm not good at aiming at people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a fair share of kills, but the only way to get close to having the fun those awesome guys are having is if I play like crazy.
Well, the
Well,
other
that's how
thing is
any
you also
multiplayer
want
game
to
is.
try
Yeah,
to
but
find...
not Call of Duty's not like that, and
Well...
not my experiences with it.
With
I've
online
never-
stuff, usually
yeah, with
that's
the
how it is.
multiplayer.
You gotta get with people. I mean, that's why all these game companies are trying to make it so that they can figure out how good people are and pair them with the right level of gamers. Because, and especially with something like UT3, there are going to be people that like Fatality is a great example, that just own. This is what they do. They do it for a living. They love doing it, but it's, they're just epic at it. And the thing that I had was maybe the people who I was playing with weren't as good, or they were just good enough that I was being killed as often as I was killing them. But then when I would get on a streak, it was like I felt like I was doing something.
I just feel so. I mean, not to discredit because it's a different kind of experience, but you're running around and shit. Like I prefer in Call of Duty. Not even the Call of Duty 4, but the older Call of Duties where you can be the sniper and hide in the nook and cranny of the thing, and then
certainly do that in this game, too.
I guess
It was a sniper
must have been
nest.
I know I saw that sniper gun, but the aiming.
It'd be
with
interesting
it
to
was-
see if you play it like on the PS3,
Yeah.
if you'll like it more.
Yeah, that's
If you're just not a PC gamer.
No, I played Counter-Strike and enjoyed that, even though there's something about that experience.
I was just very impressed with the iteration and how it's evolved.
I didn't like the other ones. So our email for the week goes as such. My girlfriend Jenny and I absolutely love the show. I love that it's a girl that loves the show as well. Yes, you can add one more of the tally to girls who watch the show without being tricked into it. We've been together for nearly 3 years now, and this girl is amazing. She's the kind of girl who plays Gears of War with me, loves gadgets just as much as I do, knows everything there is to know about good sci-fi movies, TV, and is amazingly hot to boot.
Nice.
Sounds great.
It's amazing.
Score.
I can't let her get away from me. Since this is her favorite show ever, not kidding, amazing.
Our show is her favorite show ever?
That's what she's, and he's not kidding
More than
about
the
that.
Shield?
He's not kidding.
Impressive.
I'm going to take a long shot here and ask you guys for a favor. I don't know about that one. Would you please ask her to marry me on one of your upcoming shows? She would die from the sheer awesomeness of it all. Please, please, please do me this favor. Richard Felix Jr. from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
You think we should do it for him?
I don't know. What do you think, Dan? I mean, we got to ask for to do a lot
There's
of
some favors. We don't...
Yeah, okay, no. No.
Well,
Jenny, will you marry Richard?
we'll give you guys a little...
I hope she's saying yes.
We should give them some time to do that.
I hope that they're probably...
Nagila.
Less clapping.
No. We don't know yet. We're going to have to wait for the email before we celebrate.
Well, either they're making out right now,
Or
and she's crying,
He's got ice on his groin.
or they're not making out right now, and he's crying.
I'm very nervous for them. In a happy way. I'm
You
like,
know what? How about we go do a real outro?
Good point.
Let's do it.
All right. So it's time for the bottomsies of the show, where we return an email.
I like the bottom bunk. It's great.
Your shoulders are
You should
telling
try
you
it.
you're good. So we got an email here from Patrick Bishop.
Hey, that's my brother-in-law.
What? That's so
He's
weird.
the father of my favorite person. My nephew.
I was like, your mother? How did that work?
Tied for favorite person.
So he sends in, there have been many a superhero in my time, and many have stood out in my mind. I'm sure they have it as in yours as well. If you could be any, and I mean any, superhero, which would you choose?
I feel like it's so ominous when he says, and I mean any.
I mean any.
Like there's these
Don't-
other guys
Well,
that
maybe,
I'm
he's
talking about.
maybe he's talking about evil superheroes.
Oh, well,
Those would be super
hello.
villains, not heroes.
But maybe he's saying those are heroes to their society.
Societies.
You know, it's interesting. I wasn't going to bring this up, but you did the hero-villain thing.
Yeah.
I'm reading soon I Will Be Invincible right now, the novel.
Yeah.
Very cool. You guys should read it. It's really cool. Each chapter alternates between a hero's perspective and a villain's perspective, and it goes back and forth. It's really
I like
cool.
that.
So I recommend that.
So Danny T. the Trachtenberger, what would
I'm
you...
not going first.
Jeffrey Canada Duder.
I'm not going for... No, I'll go. I'll go
This is what I think.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
I think I mentioned before on an earlier episode. First of all, thanks, brother-in-law, for sending in the question. It's a little self-serving that I chose my brother-in-law's question.
good.
But, so I think in an earlier episode, I mentioned the fact that a friend of mine and I, when we were kids, would play a game where we got to pick heroes.
Yes.
Well, there were always certain heroes that were off-limits because they were cheating.
Superman.
Well, not even Superman. Like, for instance, if I could choose any hero to have the powers of,
Yes.
I'd pick the Beyonder.
I don't know what that means.
You have to be a super comic book nerd to know who that is. He's basically a god. There's no limit to his power. He can do whatever he wants. Or you could pick Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Thanos, yeah.
Right?
I'm going to pick Beyonder.
So I mean that's like the cheater answer is to say I want to be the Beyonder because he can change reality, space and time. He can do whatever he wants.
Yes.
So is that your choice?
No, because he said it's cheating.
Well, it's kind of cheating, but that's what I was going
It's
to
not
say.
a superhero whose powers you'd have. It's just your favorite
What
superhero.
superhero
No.
would you be?
want to be? Yeah.
Would you
Oh
wanna
God,
be?
yeah.
Yeah. But that's not his powers. Just like,
What? So his lifestyle?
what if you like his lifestyle?
Oh, like Iron Man.
Well, he's an
There you go.
alcoholic.
Hello?
He is. Yes.
And so are you.
So I am.
What's your-
So what would you say?
I kind
Beyonder?
of got stuck. I guess the Beyonder,
All right.
and then
Beyonder's good.
yeah, I mean Superman's got a great life.
I don't know.
He's an alien though.
I have
He's
a
a
boner.
he's a
I didn't
whiner
know.
now.
I didn't
He's
think
a
of it
whiner.
as a lifestyle choice.
My cell phone started ringing, so I was like trying to make it sound. I'm like, sorry, I have a boner. And you guys are like, have no idea.
Well,
Steve's loving it.
We're better off having
Yeah.
no
Steve
idea.
loves my boner.
We were having a conversation with the audience. Speaking of which, what do you think, Dan?
You don't want to go next?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go with Jesse Custer from Preacher.
Really?
The greatest story ever told. Yeah. A, had the word of God. But
Yeah,
B,
but
B,
that childhood.
what?
That childhood.
You'd have to have that.
He was to have that?
Put in a coffin as a kid underneath a lake or a pond of some kind.
Yeah.
Underneath a lake.
I thought
so it was a small. It was sort of a puddle ditch thing.
It was water.
Looked like a lake.
It was still water.
a crick.
I interpreted it as who do you want to be, not like.
You
what
said
power you wanna
lifestyle
have.
choice.
You were
I
the
know,
only one that.
But I guess
okay.
he is like the most moral, like right, just. I wish I could be that heroic. Is what I was thinking more
also
about
a smoker.
heroism. He smokes, true.
Dude.
But I don't think he's dying. Well, yeah.
All right, well, that was an interesting one. I will go next. And next, also last. I'm going to say Spider-Man.
Really?
I've always wanted to
So-
have the ability to
mean
just
potatoes.
jump from building to building and
Yeah.
climb up walls. Like, that to me is really...
Yeah, but Dan,
So why do you like
Dan messed
Bionic
me
Commando?
up. Dan messed me up
I like
because
Bionic Commando.
because I was thinking power too. Like Spider-Man has great power, but then he said lifestyle, and Spider-Man he gets shit on all the time.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. That's him choosing to be shit on.
Well, no,
Peter
J.
Parker
Jonah
going,
Jameson
"I
says he's
shouldn't-"
the.
But with great power comes with great responsibility.
Not when I have it. I can take my camera and go, "Beep." I put the suit on and be like, going to London, whang, you know what I mean? Bottom of the 747, just like, yeah.
I was wondering. I was like, how do you get over the ocean? That's awesome.
Jesus.
That's so cool.
Spider-Man Menace?
Yeah, whatever. You know, you get it around. Well,
Wow,
thank
that
you,
happened.
Patrick. If you have an email to send to us, please feel free to do so. You can send it to fans@totallyradshow.com.
That's also where you would send background like this.
Correct.
Check our website, totallyradshow.com, for the template. We love getting them. We appreciate it. Also, check out our forums at totallyradshow.com. Click on discussion forums and
Yes.
sign up, participate. Really fun.
And keep sending in the banner ads.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've gotten a few, and they're pretty darn cool.
Also, MySpace, myspace.com/totallyradshow. Become our friend on there. Find out the movie review ahead of time. Also, other cool announcements.
Nice.
Also, check out our website, www.totallyradshow.com, because, but for another reason.
Oh, good. I was going to say.
Because there's a little sidebar there, rad recommendations for all the stuff we mentioned on the
That
show
is true.
this week. And I realized I forgot to say, I have to say it now, after shooting the Dead Alive thing last night, I never mentioned Peter Jackson's filmography, Heavenly Creatures. Hopefully that is an Amazon.com recommendation. I don't know.
Find out.
Hopefully it's available.
Soon enough.
Amazing movie if you haven't seen it. Amazing, and a little hidden gem.
Cool. Also, if you want to get your gear, you can head over to jinx.com/TRS. That's it for this week's edition of the Totally Rad Show. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Jeff Canada.
I'm Dan Trachtenberg.
Until next time, try the bubblegum ice cream. Bye.
Wait. Yeah, I know. What?
Steve, you should show that Dan strategically paused this scene so he could try to maybe get a little nip action.
Fortnite here at the Trachtenberg house.
Ah.
He did his best to give us a nice little still shot, but...